So after a week's hiatus and what was probably the best episode of Quantum Leap we have had delivered to us thus far, Ben Song returns in this latest episode entitled Secret History. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my review for episode 6 of this latest season of Quantum Leap. Yes, entitled Secret History, where Ben Song leaps into the body of Professor McCoy in the year 1955 at Princeton University. And he bumps into a familiar face. Yes. So this episode here, it opens with Professor McCoy, Ben, being confronted by another professor that he knows called Professor Lawrence, who sadly dies in front of him. He's been mortally wounded, and it's all because of this nuclear fusion formula that the Nazis are attempting to get a hold of. Yes, the Nazis that have been brought over to America to work for the Americans after the war. They're sort of double dealing, aren't they, as they did, you know, sending secrets back. It's all a race to get Einstein's formula for nuclear fusion. Anyway, so this leads Ben in the body of Professor McCoy to meet up with Hannah Carson. Now, Hannah Carson, you may remember, she was a character introduced several episodes back when Ben had leapt into the body of Agent Robert Cook, the one that started off seemingly like there was alien abductions and this sort of a thing going on. And that's the premise for this story. But we've got no magic in this episode. Ernie Hudson, he's taken a back seat. He's not in this episode whatsoever. He's probably shooting pickups for the latest Ghostbusters movie or something along those sort of lines. So it's up to Ben and the rest of the team. Jen is the one who steps into the into the role of the hologram, at least to start with, because after she goes off on a little side quest with Ian, because Ian, obviously, this stuff about him giving the code to Ziggy and the code being sent out to this other company. They've got to go and sort of confront someone about this. So now it steps into Addison's love interest for him to step into the role of the hologram and meet up with Ben. So this leads to a bit of a confrontation between these two, but ultimately a bit of an understanding as well. So as episodes go, it's a good episode. It was a fun episode. It was an enjoyable episode. It was nice to see the character of Hannah Carson appear again, and there's hints that potentially she may do further down the line, and this gives Ben another sort of a love interest at the time, you know, during his leaps. So it takes away from the Addison stuff, and you've written in a new love interest, potential romantic interest for Ben, and they've got good chemistry together. The two of them have, I think, far better than what he had with Addison. It's more believable the way that it's written and this sort of a thing. Yeah, so all in all, a decent episode. Like I said, it's okay. Is it out there? Not so much. I don't really know what to say. I've got nothing negative to say about this episode whatsoever. It gave different characters things to do. It gave us different interactions that we don't normally see between characters. Ben with Jen and Ben with Addison's love interest. It gives us that sort of new dynamic to play with and work with, and that's always a good thing. Like I said, the Hannah stuff, very good, very enjoyable. It's got an interesting enough plot point story around it. If anything, I will only say that when you introduce the character of Carl Donovan at the beginning, straight away it's just signposted that he's your bad guy, he's going to be your Nazi. That's as obvious as, it's as plain as day to see. But yeah, sorry, thoroughly good episode. Sorry I'm coughing. I've actually had flu. I've had really bad flu for the past almost 2 weeks now. Luckily this episode wasn't on a week ago and there was a week break. Otherwise I wouldn't have been bringing anything to you. I wouldn't have had anything to talk about. I was on my back. I haven't watched TV for over a week. Not very good at all. But there we go. But yeah, a decent episode. Enjoyed it. Nothing negative to say. Again, give me more like this and I'll be happy. Let me know your thoughts on the episode down below.